Welcome to Heart of the Mist, Mistfall. As with any adventure game, one of the main components of gameplay is the scenarios. For Heart of the Mist, there are the Mistfall main campaign. That can be I can make a video online because I have the PDFs along with the base game of Mistfall. Heart of the Mist comes the quest guide that consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quests. And a lot of lore, backstory of characters. So that is very nice for getting into the game. Doesn't really write the mechanics, but how, well, where the character comes from, why his motivations, and so on. So this is one campaign. The Mistfall campaign also has a quest guide, or the Mistfall game also has a quest guide campaign. Then there is the hobby thing, the Return of Gardock. Actually, this is scenario with one setup, and it centers around a custom enemy, and his stats are written here. So if you make a zoom out of the PDF and then print it out, you can put it on a card. But his bodyguard and targeting and divine abilities are also written in the text itself. The only thing you have to do is, in the end, defeat Gardock. Aside from that, there is a complete campaign written by a dude called Jonathan Rowe, and it was written for Mistfall. However, it has been rewritten to account for the Velsker expansion and the Mistfall Heart of the Mist part. So you can also play this. So if you own the Velsker expansion, or even if you don't, there is scope for using the rules for campaign play. I read this last night, and it is very well written. I think it is even better than the quest guide. It is supposed to be Mistfall's for guests. Quests provide hours of enjoyment, more if you get hold of the BGG promo packs with Quest and Nightmare cards. Then for using the Volskir campaign, you'll want to play them all over again. Not sure what the Volskir campaign is. I think it is something that I didn't print because it was specifically for for Mistfall. But if you own Mistfall, or if you own Mistfall, the Heart of the Mist, and print the cards yourself to integrate with Mistfall, then you want the Volskir expansion, I think. Anyway, this campaign is pretty extensive. It consists of Return to the Night Fane, and here you have this text. Since the death of Gardak the Charred, and that is this one. So it's thematically a continuation. And Gardak itself is a quest for that Gardak featured in the official scenario of Mistfall. And since the death of Gardak the Charred, the beast folk have been subdued. Now there is fresh news. A delegation of beastmen are meeting with the men of Valskir under a flag of truce. These feral creatures are led by Godol, a shaman with more wisdom than many of its kind. He proposes to seek an ancient fane dedicated to dusk, long thought lost, and invoke the Night Father to save his people from the mists. He has clues in ancient lore of his people, and must visit places mentioned in the old tales to put the clues together. The shaman's little group needs protection from his own kind, who call them traitors as well as the malice of the mists. These beast folk are waiting near the Hearthfire Inn for the humans who will accompany them. This could be the beginning of a strange new alliance, if the new allies can be trusted. So in this overview, I'm not going to set it up, but it consists of the Hearthfire Inn, that's the save card that you put here. This is the quest area, so it's say top right part of your table. And these 2 to 5 are wildland locations, borderland locations, and deadland locations, and you shuffle them as best as you can, because they are tiles. It's not that easy. And then you assign them 2 to 5, and the circle of sorcery is put on the end. Your goal is to discover the land, trigger encounters that generate enemies, defeat the enemies, continue on, and so on, until you enter the wildlands location. There are some modifications and also you this campaign, the Mistworm, makes heavy use of the quest tokens. That's these little chits that I showed you in the previous video, and then there are special ally rules. The range for allies and the Goran allies powers work differently, so it's the Wildlands Shaman, Goran Blood Tracker, Goran Rage Collar, Goran Slinger. I'm not really sure if these are in the Heart of the Mist part, or you have to print them out separately. Then for the quest token rules, you reveal the quest token whenever a location is scouted, so that's face up, or becomes the active location, so if you enter it. There are 6 quest tokens, but only 4 are used in the game, and the players may perhaps only encounter 3 of them, because it's 1, 2, 3. Each quest token adds a complexity to the active encounter, and when the encounter is resolved, the quest tokens are kept in the quest area and influence the special encounter on the final location. Then there are specific steps for A, B, C, D, and E, and F. And I think they correspond to this, but I'm not really sure how. I think it is the quest token marked A, B, C, D, and E. So you draw out of these only 3 or 4. And when you reveal one, you read out what it does. So for example, for A, the corpse larder. Here is where the beast folk keep their larder. Ancient bones, well gnawed upon, and fresh corpses still undevoured. Many are raven-crag folk, now sightless and cold. Or you make reveal quest token B, the tribal trail. The shaman inspects the landscape. The tales speak of this place, he growls. It means we are drawing close. Or quest token C, the moon adored. The full moon coasts the distant hills. This is our time, the shaman informs you. There are rites we must perform. I warn you, do not follow us. Yeah, and then some mechanics. Here also the distant drums part. It begins as a faraway pulse, but grows to an insistent hammering. The drums are calling the tribes of the beast folk to war. Your companion becomes irritable as the drums speak to his wild blood. Um, so, for me, this is excellent writing. It's balanced. This guy has done an amazing job. And if you buy the game, make sure to print this out. Let's continue on the next video.